Hey people, and welcome to a new Minecraft mod video. We are looking at the improved genetics mod today. Me, Professor Clive, have been working tirelessly to get this ready for you, and let's show it off. It may look like a lot of machines here, but a lot of them are replicated. The main machine here you see everywhere along here is the generator, which is how you power all the machines. For some reason, every machine needs a generator on the left hand side. Unless you have other mods, then you can use wiring to connect them all, but I don't actually have other mods. As you can see, blocks of coal or normal coal gives you a bunch of power and it stores it there. So how do you make this? Pretty simple. Cobblestone across the top, iron ingots across the bottom, and there we go. Apparently the outside of the lab is on fire for some unknown reason, but we're safe in here. We're safe. We're safe, Clive. We're safe. So, next machine. The first machine you're going to use is the cell extractor. You're going to get an animal sample, put it in here. We're going to get into that in a second. We're also going to get a petri dish, put it there. So, petri dish, 4 glass panes like that, 8 petri dishes, pretty nice and easy recipe. Now I'm going to go and show you about the other input, which is the creature sample. So you get these from hitting mobs with a knife. So knife, you need 2 sticks, iron ingot, couple nuggets, you get a knife. And these will do like small minor damage to animals, but you're going to need at least 2 animal samples from 2 different animals to start getting things mixed. So let's get into that. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to get some samples. So basically you need some animals or mobs. So let's spawn some in now and get some samples. So all you need is your knife, right click, give me that. You might as well get a bunch of samples here. So everything, I think even modded stuff can also give you DNA samples, so it does work with other mods as well, because they all have sort of like information stored on their files which this mod can extract from. So now we've got a bunch of samples, let's get back to the lab and show you how everything works. Okay, we are back. So let's go over to the cell extractor, which is where we're going to use our animal samples or mob samples, and this will give us some animal cells for each thing. So we're just going to stick all these through here, and then once we've got all the animal cells we can move on to the next machine. But let me show you how to make a cell extractor in case I forgot to show you. It's basically the same as the generator, petri dish in the middle, cell extractor, pretty simple. Okay, so we've got all our animal cells ready. Now let's move on to the next machine, which is the DNA extractor. Bottom input is test tube. So what you get here is an animal cell on the top. So let's put our sheep one in there. And this will give us some stuff to move over to the next machine. So basically just putting this through a bunch of machines, you're going to get an empty animal cell back, which we're going to be using later, and the DNA for the sheepers. We're also you're going to need 2 sets of DNA at least, so you can combine them all into a new animal. So we've got an ocelot one there, and these are stackable. So DNA extractor, how do you make it? Pretty simple. It's almost the same recipe, just with a test tube in the middle this time. Excellent. So for the next thing, we are going to move over to the analyzer. So now we need to analyze the DNA. This will tell us more about our animal's DNA that we extracted it from. So put this through here, and it tells us a bunch of stuff. It tells us that the health multiplier, the speed, the drop multiplier, if it can breed, and additional variant 0. So variants are actually quite important, because if you had a variant 1, it would be a horned sheep, which is part of this mod, which I'll show you later. So this is why you need things like ocelots. Because ocelots can have like a variance up from like 1 through, or 0 through 7, I think. So this one has variant 8. So that is great. We could now have a sheep. If we just use the sheep DNA as it is and then put variant 8, you'll probably get like a sheep that is a certain colour, is what I'm expecting anyway. So now the next few machines are machines you cannot craft. These machines you have to get your adventure on and go out and find a ruined lab. Now I haven't actually found one because my world's already been generated for quite a while, but I will put a picture on the screen for you to show you what it looks like. And you'll want to go there and you want to find this machine, and this little guy. So they're called the DNA editor and the connection block, and you want to find this little guy which is called GeneBot. Now it's easy enough to get these two, just mine it, take it back to your base. Need power as usual, and you need this one. You pretty much need it set up like this. So to get this little guy to follow you back, you need to give it an emerald, and then you pretty much tamed it. So then you bring it back to your base, and now you need to activate this connection block to get it to work. So to do that you need this machine guard, and so get the machine guard like this, and you need iron nuggets, bit of paper, iron ingot and some redstone dust, and you can make a machine guard. So we've actually got two of these right now, so let's get one of the, let's show you how to do this. So you take the machine guard and right click on the connection block, then you go to your little, I don't know which one's the new one, the GeneBot, and you shift right click on him, and he will have a machine guard tied to him. So now, how do you get into work? It still doesn't work. It keeps coming up with a message. So if you right click on him, empty hand, you should, if I've got the right one, get to work. No? Or do I need to... Come on. There he is. There he is. The right one is going to work. And now it's connected. Now you can access the machine. So now with the DNA editor, you finally can take your analyzed DNA and it'll look like this. And you'll be thinking, wow, that's kind of crazy. What do I do with all this stuff? So the bottom row is just for show, doesn't do anything. So this is where you can take stuff out. Now you need to keep them in the correct position, otherwise you will lose the DNA. So we're going to be careful. So the gene, take them all out in the correct order. And this give you all the drop multipliers, the can breed multipliers, the variant. This was the ocelot gene, health. So you can actually go and find like a high health enemy, get their health multiplier and make like a super tanky like pet. Or you can take some really weak animal and get a really low health multiplier. Say if you're making a cow farm and you want to be able to kill them super easy, give them a health multiplier really low, one hit, kill them all, awesome. If you want a speedy pet, find the speediest thing in the game, get their gene, stick it in, you've got a speedy pet. Want more drops? Find one with a higher drop multiplier. If you don't want them to breed, or you want them to breed, do that as well. Variant. Now the variant is the thing that can give you the different types of mobs. So for a variant 8 for a sheep, for example, will probably give you a sheep with certain coloured wool. For like cows, it'll give you like mushrooms and stuff. And pigs, I don't think it actually do much, but there's actually a whole list on the mod page. I encourage you to check the mod page out. It's in the description below. And there's a couple new animals. So if we had a sheep of variant 1, I think, it'll give me a horned sheep. And there's like a new chicken, a new cow as well. So go and check out what gene variant you need for those. And now we can actually stick in our other DNA, which is our sheep DNA. And you have all these here. So we can actually just, you can see, do you want a better health multiplier? Yeah, let's give it a better health multiplier, 10 health. Do you want to give it same speed? It's got the same speed, that doesn't matter. Drop multiplier is going to be the same, can breed is going to be the same. Variant is where we're going to change it up here. So let's stick the variant in. Remember, we got this from a white sheep. So once you've done all the editing, you can take out your analyzed DNA, and we're done with that. So now we're going to move over to the DNA injector. So to make a DNA injector, you need pretty much the same recipe we've been using before, but with a piston. So what do you put in here? Well, you take out your new DNA sequence, and I believe you put an empty animal cell in, like that. This is why you keep your empty animal cells, and you would get an animal cell of your new sheep, and you get your test tube back as well. So finally, we move up to the last setup, which is the cloning machine and the tank. So you actually need the tank, and it has to be on top like that. To make the cloning machine, it's a bit of a different recipe. It's still iron, need some obsidian, cobblestone, bucket of water, and a diamond. And to make a tank, bit of glass, iron down the bottom. So, what do you need now? You stick your animal cell here, and we are going to clone our sheep. You can see it growing there. And after a minute or so, it will be spawned. And there we go. We have our new sheep. It has dark grey wool apparently, and it's going to have high health, and that is great. Can you imagine if you got a thing of an ender dragon and gave a sheep like a whatever the ender dragon's health is? That'd be amazing. You could have like a pet that would live forever. Maybe one day we can genetically engineer Professor Clive to be like immortal. So that's it for the machines. There is a couple little other bits to show you downstairs. These are some of the mobs you can make. So we have the horned ram, we have the moo bloom, and we have the cluck shrooms. So basically, this is just a horned sheep, but apparently it attacks you back if you attack it. We have this, which will walk around and plant flowers. It has flowers on its back. I think you can harvest all these as well. And we have two varieties of cluck shrooms, which, you know, puts a load of mushrooms about. You can see it here. They're also going to be doing a prehistoric update. They haven't revealed any details, so I'm assuming it's to do with dinosaurs. So that'd be pretty sweet. Getting like dinosaur DNA, messing about with that. Create your own Jurassic Park. Just don't let the things out the fence like in the film, because that's, yeah, not going to be good. Anyway, thanks for watching everyone, and see you in the next Minecraft mod video. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and comment as well. Thanks for watching everyone. See you soon. Goodbye.